Hello again, this is Randy back in the shop. Today we're continuing on the 5-seat collet head and I'm going to be working on doing the index ring, scribing it for the degree number. So let's head on over to the mill and I'll show you the setup. This is the setup I got here, and it's a piece of high-speed steel that's ground to a point, and I'm gonna scribe the lines with that there. I got the rotary table all set up. I got stop blocks on it here so nothing moves. So let's give it a try and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Like that. Now we rotate this around. 1 turn, 2 turn, and 8 holes. I got a stop set up on the mill table. Like that. Okay, go again. 1 turn, 2 turns, and 8 holes. Okay. 1 turn, 2 turn, 8 holes. I forgot to turn the camera on when I finish this up, but here it is. I went and cleaned it up with a little emery paper and a file and some emery paper. Turned out pretty good. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think you can. Okay. Alright, so this part of this is done, and now I got to come up with a fixture that will hold my numbers spaced right to number it. Been thinking about it a little bit here. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I will come up with something and I will be back. Hello again, this is Randy back in the shop. Today working on, gonna mark the dial. This is the jig I made. This dial is gonna fit in here like this, and you line up the scribe mark. Line up the scribe mark with this scribe mark here in the center. And then you take your number stamps and you set your number stamp in like so. And there's a shim that goes on each side. And then I got a couple more other little shims here. I gotta find it. Here it is. Slides in here like this. Down in there. Just like that there. And then you strike your number punch, and this is the setup for doing single digit numbers, and I got another setup for doing 2 numbers and another for doing 3 numbers. So I'm going to get this ready here to stamp one, and I will be back. Well, after 3 attempts, I finally decided just to mark my 0, and the rest of my positions that I need, I'll just mark it with a Sharpie marker, because I could get the single digit and the 2-digit markings to line up, but when it came to 3, with the numbers stamps I had, I just didn't have enough room. They kept running into each other. So rather than come up with a mess, I just decided to do the 0, and then I'll mark where my other positions got to be with a Sharpie mark. At this time here, that's the only way I could see to do it. I tried for like a day and a half to figure out a way to make this work, and with what I have, I just couldn't make it work. Maybe if I had some type of a laser printer or a 3D printer, I could 3D print a ring to go over this here. That would work, but I don't have either one. So my best solution I could see was to mark my 0, and then I'll just take a Sharpie mark and put a mark on for like a 4 flute. You got to go every 90 degrees, so I'll just mark it with a Sharpie mark every 90 degrees, and then when I put it together, I'll start at my 0 and I turn it to my next mark. That's the only way I can see to do it at this point in time. I've got some other number stamps here, but I haven't been able to find them, some smaller ones, and I don't even know if those would work. So I'm going to leave it at that for now and just move on. So what I got to do next is I got to put the pin in that lines up with this groove in the collet, so it locks the collet in the spindle, but when you put this part in, when you put the collet in, it won't spin. So let's head on over to the mill. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill it and tap it and put a 632 set screw in, and that should work fine. So let's get started on that. Alright, I got this part mounted in the vise here. I found the center, and then I got to drill my hole 2.5 inches from this outer edge. and a 632 set screw is not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill a hole here, and I got a small 1/8 inch pin that I'm going to press in. Okay. Now, let me get that pin and we'll see if we can get it tapped in. Alright, let's see how this goes here. Just like that. Make sure my collet fits. Yeah, that fits and locks the collet in place, and is just below the surface, so it should be good there. Okay, now what I got to do is I got to make a draw tube, and I'll be back. Alright, I got a piece of chromoly tubing here that I think will work. I got to turn down the outside, turn down the OD a little bit here. So I'm going to make a pass, and then I'm going to mic it. Get a micrometer here to see where we're at. We're at 1 inch 125. I gotta turn this down to 1 inch 040. I'm at 1 inch exactly, so we got to take another 60 thousandths off of that. Got 19 thousandths to go. Boy, that's going to be pretty thin. I hope it's thick enough. I don't know if it's going to be or not. I don't know. Alright, we're going to make a scratch pass here and then check it. Thread pitch gauge here. Looks good. So it looks like I got the lace set for 24 threads per inch. Go back to my 0 on my dial. Put cutting oil on there. And let's give it another try. Okay, advance this a little more, and we'll give it another try. Okay, here we go. The oil on there. Okay. Make a scratch pass here and see if my collet will start. see if that wants to screw in. Not quite yet. Check it again here. Not quite. Okay. Here it goes, it finally started. Needs a little more. Okay. I'm going to make a scratch pass and then give that a little filing and see if it fits. Okay. little tight. No wiggle in that at all, so that should be good. Okay. Okay, I got this part turned around. I'm going to put a thread on this side here, and I'll make a knob that will thread onto it. What I'm going to do after I get done threading this is I'm just going to make the knob to fit the thread. See how that looks here. I'm going to make one more pass, and I'm going to do a scratch pass, and I'm going to call that good. Okay. Clean this up with a file a little bit. run a little Scotch-Brite over it, and I will call that part complete. A piece of material in there to make the knob out of, and I will be back. Alright, I got this piece board out here. We're going to get ready to start threading it. Back this up. Get ready to engage your number here. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Advance this some more here. Put some oil in here. Here we go. All right, here we go. Make a scratch pass here, and then I want to check to see if it fits. Yep, that'll be good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to machine a little bit of a step here on the outside, and then knurl the outside of it here, and then part it off. All right, break the edge here. Now we're going to All right, break these two edges here, and this part will be done. Okay, well, the 5-seat collet head, all the parts are made. So now it's time to put this together. This is the little lock pin that I made. Drilled and tapped a 832 threaded hole in here. It's a little spring that I found out of an automatic transmission valve body. That goes in here like this. This little knob that I made right here. Turn just right here so I can get it in there. I can get it started. That goes in there, and we'll take a little bit of oil Put just a couple drops of oil on this. Here's our shaft or spindle for it. That slides in like that. Then we've got this ring's got to go on there next. That slides on there. This is the adjusting plate for it. Two little flathead Allen screws. And an Allen wrench here. That, and then we got the keyway here. That slides in there. It's our lock ring. Slides on there like that. And we got our degree wheel. It slides on there. Got the lock ring for that. Threads on like that. This is our retaining collar that holds it all together. Like that there. And we got our little draw tube. So the 5C collet's gonna fit in like that. This is gonna thread in here, tighten it down with. And that's it. The part's complete. Let me find a different collet in a end mill. Well, this is going to conclude this video. The 5C head for the D-bit grinder is complete, and I did end up going over these threads a little bit, and this thread's in there pretty good now, but I wanted them tight, So I think it'll be okay. I may end up drilling 4 holes in this here and making a pin tool with a handle on it so I can tighten it down good if needed. I don't think that'll be needed, but probably the next video you'll see will be a short video on me grinding a couple of my end mills. I got a few of them that the tips are dull. So anyway, appreciate everybody hanging with me, and hope you learned a little something. I mean, I sure did. And I may revisit this stamping this dial here if I can find the stamps I'm looking for. Just gotta go and dig through some more boxes, see if I can find them. But hope everybody's having a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.